Michelle is a beautiful young woman who found out she was having a baby when she was already 4 months pregnant. In other words, her pregnancy was not planned, and unfortunately, she is going to be a single mom. When she first learned she was pregnant, she was devastated, but has since come to accept her pregnancy. This web series is all about Michelle's life with her soon-to-be-born daughter, Angelina. In this episode, number 1, Michelle talks about how she unknowingly cleared herself instead of her client to become pregnant.
My work is as an energy therapist, and I've been working with a number of women over the last few years, some of whom have successfully actually gotten pregnant, conceived and gotten pregnant, where they've had previous difficulties and tried to conceive through in vitro and other means. And as a result of my work with them in being able to clear the spiritual and the emotional levels of their being, and many times it could be past lifetime trauma. Not that we distinguish that, but as long as it's the memories in their field, and I can clear it through doing chakra reconstruction, especially around the second chakra, which is connected to the sex organs. As well as other parts of the field. If we're able to clear that, then the woman's able to conceive successfully and get pregnant. Well, given that that's been a part of my work, there's a woman here in Chicago who I was working with, and this was, I think, the first session I had with her, because I connected with her through the Landmark community, and then we decided to do this session, which she was very intent on getting pregnant. And I can remember this experience like it was yesterday. I'm standing there actually holding the space for her, and just in absolute tears. It was like the heavens parted, and the angels and beings that were there present with us were extraordinary. I was just in complete tears. It was like my whole being was being taken over. Much like the experience I described to you that night, but in a totally different way. And, after finding this out later, I backtracked to that experience and I realized, oh my God, I got pregnant like very shortly after that session with her. And so I've giggled about it, with friends, that this was a spiritually covert operation, that the only way they were going to get me pregnant was to first of all use me as I'm working on another client. It's like, wait a second, she's the one that's supposed to get pregnant, not me, and cleared me of whatever was there for me. So what I was realizing, as a result of that experience with that client was, it was really me that got pregnant right after that. It was, because that was late December and this was, early January. And many times the souls actually hang out in your field for long periods of time, waiting for that opportunity, to come in. And she did, in fact, get pregnant, in March, a few months afterwards. And in fact, we hadn't talked for a period of time. And of course, after I found out, she did call me, because she was getting headaches and things associated with the pregnancy, and I went over to do a session, of course, to surprise her and tell her that I think what happened in that session was I cleared myself. That wasn't my intention, of course. It was Spirit's intention. So I laugh about that, but in fact it gives credibility to my work that, the practitioner is, so close to the work, being the facilitator and the conduit, that we clear ourselves in the process, for the work. So that's really been the miracle of the spiritual side of this pregnancy.
Once upon a time, long, long ago, way back last Tuesday, there was a group of children who said to their auntie,
The children's story you are listening to is Greggy the Baby Bunny, written and told by Betty Elizabeth Drew. For a limited time, you can claim your free 325-page book, How to Tell Stories to Children with Stories to Tell by Sarah Cohn Bryant, at www.lovebabygifts.com. Again, that's www.love, baby, B-A-B-Y, gifts, GIFTS.com.
That's not really too much of a problem, except, of course, all of the other baby bunnies were teasing him all the time about his ears and calling him very strange names. But the big problem was that they were all preparing for the wonderful pie-carrying hopping race of Carrot Stick County. And the object of the race was to carry a fragrant, tender-crusted, beautiful